Dick Whittington and his cat. Sir Richard Whittington, 1354 to 1423, an English merchant and a politician of the late medieval period, was the real-life inspiration for the English folk tale Dick Whittington and his cat. He was 4 times Lord Mayor of London, a Member of Parliament and a Sheriff of London. In his lifetime, he financed a number of public projects, such as drainage systems in poor areas of medieval London and a hospital ward for unmarried mothers. He bequeathed his fortune to form the charity of Sir Richard Whittington, which nearly 600 years later continues to assist people in need. Dick Whittington and his cat. There was once an orphan boy called Dick Whittington, who lived in the south of England in a village unkindly treated by many villagers. Hearing that the streets of London were paved with gold, he decided to go there, hoping that people would treat him kindly if he became rich. "Here, boy! Are you running away from home?" "I have no home. I'm on my way to London to find my fortune." "I'm going to London myself. Jump up beside me and we will journey together." They arrived in London before nightfall. Dick was dismayed. Where was all that gold? He could only see dirty streets and unfriendly people. He slept in the corner of an alley, waking up cold, miserable, begging for food, and being shouted at. "Go away, you lazy fellow! Be off with you!" People aimed angry blows at his head, and he collapsed in front of a house of a rich merchant, Mr. Fitzwarren, whose cook was trying to drive Dick away. "Why don't you work if you need food?" "I would, but I do not know anybody who will give me anything to do." "Take him to the kitchen, feed him first, and then find some work for him." So Dick was given a home in a corner of the attic, and a job helping the cook with all the pots and pans in the kitchen. But he still had 2 difficulties to face. The first, that his attic was overrun by rats and mice, whose scampering kept him awake at night. But he bought a cat who chased them away, so Dick was able to sleep peacefully. The other difficulty was the cook, who shouted, screamed, and scolded Dick, even when he was working as hard as he could. Screaming and hitting Dick with a wooden spoon. "You lazy boy, take that!" Early one morning, before the cook was up, he set off with his cat to seek his fortune elsewhere. After walking to Holloway, Dick sat on a stone to rest. It was All Saints' Day, and the church bells were ringing. "Turn again, Whittington, thou worthy citizen, Lord Mayor of London." "Lord Mayor of London? I should like to be Lord Mayor of London and ride in a fine coach. I can put up with cook's scolding if that is what is in store for me." So Dick and his cat slipped back into Mr. Fitzwarren's house before they were missed. One day, Mr. Fitzwarren called his household together and told them that he was sending a ship to the African coast to trade. "Would any of you like to send something of yours on it? You can have a share in the profits if the voyage is successful." Everyone produced something, except Dick. "Have you nothing, Dick?" "Only my cat." "Then let your cat go on the ship." "Dick loves his cat. Let me put something in for him." "No, it must be his, not something belonging to someone else." So Dick said goodbye to his cat. The ship's captain was delighted, for the cat was an excellent mouser, and the captain had no trouble with rats or mice on the voyage. After some months, the ship arrived at Barbary, on the African coast, where people called the Moors lived. The captain was invited to the king's palace to show his goods, but while talking he saw that rats and mice ate all the food laid out. "Does this happen always?" "Alas, yes. The country is suffering from a plague of rats and mice, and I cannot get rid of them." "I think I have the answer to your problem." The captain sent a message asking for Dick's cat to be brought to the palace. It immediately killed at least a dozen rats and mice before they scattered. Everyone was delighted. "What do you call this animal?" "She answers to the name Puss." "Puss? Puss?" The cat went over to her and purred. The queen was alarmed because she had seen how fiercely the cat had attacked the rats and mice. "Don't be anxious. Puss is very friendly with people and will soon rid your kingdom of rats and mice." "I would give great wealth to own this animal." So the captain began bargaining, and it was agreed that the king would buy the entire cargo at a fine price. For the cat alone, the king paid 10 times the sum again. When the ship came back to London, the captain showed Mr. Fitzwarren the gold and jewels he had brought from Barbary, and told him the story of the cat. The merchant sent for Dick. "From now on, Dick, we should call you Mr. Whittington, for you are a rich man." Mr. Fitzwarren then paid him all the money the captain had received from the cat. From then on, Dick worked with Mr. Fitzwarren and became a rich merchant himself. He married Mr. Fitzwarren's daughter Alice and was thrice elected Lord Mayor of London. He was knighted by the king and became Sir Richard Whittington. He was famous and popular, for he always helped the poor with his money. Sometimes, when he was old, he would tell his grandchildren the story of his cat and how the bells of London had called him back when he was only a poor boy. "Turn again, Whittington, thou worthy citizen, Lord Mayor of London."